Motorhead Garage, presented by Dragonfire Tools, is brought to you by RockAuto.com. All the parts your car will ever need. And by AG Products, superior detailing supplies.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by DragonfireTools.com. You know, we've been in this studio for about a year, and during that time, we've wheeled a compressor from station to station every time we've needed air. Well, that gets old awfully quickly, so we decided we needed a system for the entire garage. Folks told us that Prevost was the best in the business, so we called them, and they sent National Sales Manager Adam Schmitz to show us why Prevost is the best out there.
So, starting with our piping system, it's aluminum pipe and aluminum fittings, so it gives you a lot more advantages of leak-free performance, which is especially critical because it's going to save on energy cost, it's going to save on compressor usage, and allow all the equipment to last much longer for the lifetime.
So airflow is important to the equipment. That's something I didn't know about.
Airflow is extremely important. You typically want to size the compressor based off of the airflow that's required for your shop. How you do that is through the size of the tools, what tools you'll be using, the equipment that'll be used that requires air usage. You add all of that up together for the total amount of airflow, and then we typically design it for worst case, which is the maximum amount of flow that could be required all at one time, and then we'll size the pipe to that airflow. So you don't want to get it too big. Then there's a lot of extra energy that's wasted in the system. You want it sized efficiently for the system, so that way airflow is smooth, less moisture content, because you want clean, dry air going to the lifts, the tools.
Moisture, how does Prevost equipment prevent that?
When a compressor pulls in ambient air, it's pulling in contaminants in the air, so that's humidity. And then the compressor also has lubricated oil that it'll put into the compressed air. You want to get all of that moisture, all of that oil out of the air before it gets out into the system. So we have particulate filtration systems. We have a water oil separator coming off of the compressor as well. And all of that will help to ensure to take all of the contaminants out of the system, so you have clean, dry air getting to everything downstream.
What kind of maintenance do I need to do on a Prevost system once it is installed?
Once you have it installed, the pipe and fittings really don't require any maintenance after that. The filtration units, you'll want to make sure you maintain the cartridges every 6 months, depending on the usage.
Once Prevost has designed a system for me, can I install it myself?
That's a huge advantage of our system. There's limited tools that are required to install it, and there's limited expertise. The only real special tool that's actually required is our tightening wrench, and that comes with a lot of different features with it. It's designed for 5 points of contact with our fittings. It's got a connection for the torque wrench. We also have a shoulder built into the tool, and then an arrow to help identify on the pipe to make sure you're inserted all the way into the fitting. And then there's also a drill bit that we provide, and the drill bit is designed for ease of use when installing a tapping flange or drop connections through the system.
Once you got started here, you showed one of our crew guys, Scott, how to do it, and he picked it right up.
That's actually a really good example of somebody who didn't know coming into it how to put our system together. 5 minutes of training, Scott has it. He knows how to put it together. He knows the tools and the process. It's very simple, and you can pick it up very quickly.
For those at home that don't have air tools and may not use them very much, what are some of the advantages of using an air tool over a plug-in electric or maybe a battery-powered tool?
Compressed air still remains the lowest cost of any fluid power. It's still widely used anywhere there's a compressor. Typically, you'll want to use the pipe and fittings with it. But overall, the quality of the air tools, the longevity, the advantages are basically you've got a lot more wide range of usage of tools with compressed air over electricity as well.
Let's talk about the system you installed here at Motorhead Garage.
It was really just a matter of laying out the pipe and fittings to work around obstacles that you may need to mount it. We have several different options to mount the pipe, but you just want to try to optimize the system, laying out the pipe and fittings where you need the usage. And we try to form a loop wherever possible. A loop will help ensure that you've got pressure and flow coming from both sides. That'll help ensure that your tools farthest away from the compressor don't get starved of air.
If I'm choosing a system, an air system for my shop or my home, why should I choose Prevost?
We do everything from the compressor connection all the way to the work tool. There's very few other manufacturers out there that have the line of products that we offer, but we also have a very high quality product. You take that in combination of affordable price, amount of products that we have to offer, and the quality of the system, all adds up to better efficiency for the end user and better performance.
Thanks to Adam and Prevost for making our lives a whole lot easier here in the studio. You can find those folks at PrevostUSA.com. And you can find more Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com when we come back.